Hello, welcome. This is my update in the project Pan Those Eyeshadows, or 2420 as I like to call it. I use 2 palettes at a time and 4 shades in the 2 palettes, and I use them 20 times each. So I'm a little bit all over the place here because I just wanted to start to film, and then I realized I'm filming with my phone now, so how am I gonna do the randomizing and such? So I went downstairs and got my iPad, and when I when I got Tiny Decisions app up, I realized that the palettes are not in the iPad, they are only in my phone. So that was a bit of a shame, but we're gonna solve this problem, I promise you. We will start with I'm talking about the shadows. You can hear on my voice I'm all over the place. The shadows that I have been working on, and I'm going to tell you how many times I've used them. We have the Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay. My shades were Suspect, and all of a sudden I was very uncertain of if it was a Suspect. Even if it wasn't, it is Suspect that I have used for the whole period here. So the other shade is, it is so hard, Busted. So the palette looks like this. So the dark shade here and the middle shade, which one? This one, was the 2 shades that I used. So they went very well together. I used the dark shade as a liner, as an outer corners, under eye lash line, and the top shade I used in the inner corner on my lid. So, and I used all the shades in this palette. I like the palette. It still works fine, but as I said when I used this the last time in front of the camera, it is too many shimmers and too few mattes. There are 1, 2, 3 mattes, and the rest of them is shimmer. So we don't have a transition shade except for this one, and this is not that great in every look. This is matte and the black is matte, and that's not enough. So therefore I think the palette is this, the dark brown isn't shimmery, but it's a bit shimmery, a satin or something. There are too many shimmers anyway, but I'm gonna keep it, but it's gonna roll out because I used every shade once and the 2 shades 20 times. The other palettes I have used is the Zoeva Caramel Melange. Looks like this, and it looks like this, and the shades I got was Liquid Center and the other one is Alchemy. I think it's very hard to read when they print in gold. They look like that. Great colors. I've used this over 20 times, I think. I have often used that shade with that is Alchemy. It is this shade here, and that is fine because it's a reddish brown, but it's not red. That shade I'm not that fond of, but this one was fine. I think I got that first, but I re-rolled. And this shade is the other one, and that is pretty, but I haven't used it that much because I needed to use greens because I had some green eyeshadows that I wanted to use. and I didn't want to mix it with green. It just was too much now when I'm so pale, and no, I didn't want to do that. I know you could, but I didn't want to. So the matte shade I've used 20 times or more, and the other one I have used 9 times. So this will stay in, and I think depending on what palette I get as the other palette, I'm gonna try to use this more. I've used every color in this palette too, so I'm done with that goal. But now I do I have a reddish kind of shade in my palette for 50 Shades of Green that I can use that shimmer shade with, and I also could combine it with this, of course. But that one I have used a lot to tone down a dark brown crease shade that is a bit cool toned. So I have mixed those two and got a great shade of that, of those two. So how are we gonna do this now? I'm gonna randomly pick another palette, and I have tiny decisions here on my iPad. And because I haven't prepared for this, I have, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 palettes to choose from. So I'm gonna go in and do 1 through 9, and then I'm gonna have to, I have more palettes to choose from, but they are newer, so I want to go through the old ones first. So we will randomize. Sorry, this is so disgustingly horrible. 1, okay, that is BH Cosmetics Call Bible palette 14 color eyeshadow, and I have that here behind me. So I'm going to put this back and grab the other one, and it looks like this. I don't have wheels on my chair, but I have like felt things on the end of the legs, so it doesn't scrape my floor. This one, this is an oldie, very old, and that's why I want to use these oldies first. So this hasn't been in this project, because every time I have a palette in the project, and when I'm done with it, I'm rolling it out, because I do 2 shades out of every palette, and I do No Pan Left Behind also. I want to rotate through all of my palettes, and this has been in this palette a long project, a long time ago, but we are not counting that because I did a long jump between this and that project, so you can see my pan there. I had forgotten about that, but anyway, I'm gonna select every shade in this, even the highlighter shades, because I can use them as eyeshadows, and I'm gonna do that. So 10, 14. If I get number 2, I have a hair on my lip. I'm not gonna do that because I already have pan in that, and that's no fun. So 1 through 14, and I will pick 2 shades. 3 and 4. So strange. Okay, these 2 browns. That is also, this is kind of interesting because of this, because all of my older palettes are like neutral, so that's why. One of them is brown, the other one is actually purpley brown, and the brown isn't that brown either. It depends on the lighting. It is kind of purpley brown too. So yeah, in the viewfinder they look both purple, these two, but here in the palette they look brown, but I think the viewfinder is more real because the second row is more brown and the first row is more purple. So that's fun. The first one is a good crease shade, I guess, and the other one is also a crease shade but darker, and they are gonna go well with my shade in my MAC 50 Shades of Green palette, and maybe I can combine that one too, we will see. So these two are out and this one is out too. So that's my new, and it's great fall colors, the purples, purple browns. That is gonna go, and I'm gonna use this No Pan Left Behind too, to try it out and see what I think about it. Yeah, that's it. And then I have only 8 eyeshadow palettes that I want to use before I can go to my, then I will see when I have done my 8 that I have left. I will probably go to my newer palettes and then we will see, but that's a long way back, forward. I don't know when that's gonna be, but I forgot what I wanted to say. No, I don't remember. Okay, see you in a bit, I guess, because it won't take me that long to reach my goal on this one, and I tend to update when I have a goal met. So that's that. Have a nice day. Bye bye.